Yo, what up, Street Talks, Air Kim. Alright, so some other turbo thoughts. So, what is best to talk about or write about, whatever? So, this is my thought. Just write about or talk about your own personal real life experiences, because your real life experiences are irrefutable. And what is an expert? An expert is essentially just somebody who's had a lot of experience doing X, Y, and Z. Now, certainly everyone's experience is a little bit different based on who you are, what you do, and stuff like that. But the reason why I think everyone's opinion is valuable is that the more we could share and contribute our experiences with one another, we could actually collectively augment all of humankind and mankind's ability to accumulate experiences and draw some sort of wisdom out of it. Because what is a document? What do all teachers, philosophers, and writers try to do? We all try to educate. So this is in praise of education, because like certainly the way that humanity works is we all collectively grow and thrive as we're sharing our experiences, as we're teaching each other, and so forth. So, you know, and I was even thinking about, I'm like, yo, if for the rest of my life I can never read or write a book again, or read a book again, or watch a movie again, I'm like, yo, I have such a huge wealth of life experiences that I could draw upon that are based on my own personal life experiences. Yo, you got the whole squad in here, huh? Yeah. Yo, the mafiosos. Yeah, so whatchamacallit, yeah, so yeah, like and you know, even when I listen to like rap music and stuff like that, the reason I like listening to Jay-Z, you know, to me it just seems authentic. Like he's just talking about his life story, and then we kind of like that. And so perhaps when it comes to documentaries or art or life or everything in between, to just talk about your experiences is probably one of the most eye-opening things, because it's difficult to psychoanalyze other people, but it's much easier to psychoanalyze yourself. So for example, you know, I'm watching this documentary on MJ because I want to figure out how I could become more like Mike. Or I'm also trying to understand, like, because you know, being an American growing up in the 90s, like MJ was such a huge part of that. But you know, I was still a little bit too young, because I was born in 1988. So in MJ's dominant years, I was only like 4 or 5 years old. So you know, my dad didn't watch basketball or nothing like that. So I actually don't really have any personal experience. But you know, growing up, all the kid wanted Jordan sneakers, and we all played basketball and stuff like that. So watching the documentary has been very informative in terms of me better understanding American society, and also like kind of maybe explaining a little bit of my childhood, which is kind of useful. But yeah, anyways, so maybe the takeaway point is, yeah, talk about your own life experiences, you know, even photography, photograph your own life experiences, whatever. And maybe it's best to psychoanalyze yourself. Like everyone's trying to like psychoanalyze MJ. It's like, oh, you know, why is he such an asshole, blah blah. I'm like, yo, why do you care so much about MJ's life? And then, you know, people who are overly critical of him, I'm like, yo, get a life, man. Like like what joy do you have in trying to pull down a great figure? You know, I do think that there's the sign of pettiness in a person is when they try to take a great person and to discount their greatness or their great tasks or their sacrifices. To me, this is not really whatever. And then, you know, because there's some people who they feel stronger or superior or bigger when they're tearing other people down instead of just independently building themselves up. But anyways, so psychoanalyze yourself, write about your own life experiences, and know that your life experiences and everything in between cannot be refuted.